Thanks, John. Good evening. The news now from Meridian. The detective leading the investigation into the murder of Hannah Foster has sent a stark warning to her killer. Speaking earlier on Meridian Tonight, Detective Inspector Tony Adams said he wouldn't rest until they were caught.
We will spare no effort in finding out who is responsible for the death of Hannah. And if you are watching this and it's a tragic accident, I would invite you to please contact us now if you have any remorse. But you can rest assured that we will leave no stone unturned in our hunt to find you.
Hannah disappeared on Friday evening. The youngster's handbag and mobile phone were found in a recycling tip in Portsmouth.
The painstaking search has been going on all day. Officers feel finding Hannah's bag is a significant step towards catching her killer. Now they're trying to find any other evidence against whoever's responsible for what her parents have described as this evil crime.
We believe that it had been deposited in a bottle bank somewhere in the Portsmouth or Southsea area and may have been picked up by contractors on their weekly collection round yesterday morning. We need to find out when it was put there and by who.
Hannah's parents had to officially identify her last night. This morning they managed to release a statement about her, imploring the public to help.
We as a family are devastated by the loss of Hannah. She was a warm, kind-hearted girl who could always see the good in others. Please, please help us. If you have any information that would help the police to solve this evil crime, we need you to come forward.
Detectives are now attempting to trace any phone calls made by Hannah's mobile on Friday evening. They believe with the help of the public, they can bring to justice Hannah's killer. Andrew Pate for Meridian News.
The Southampton Itchen MP and Home Office Minister John Denham dramatically quit the government over the Iraq crisis today. His resignation came as a shock and surprise to his constituents.
Just when Tony Blair thought things couldn't get any worse.
Mr. John Denham.
Madam Deputy Speaker, it was with regret that I resigned from the government this morning.
He's been a government minister throughout the Blair years. Today he told the Commons why he had to go.
I believe that preemptive action demands an even higher level of international support and consensus than other types of intervention. We do not have it. This isolation has a real cost and a real danger.
He's been MP for Southampton Itchen since 1992, regarded locally as a good constituency man, who even as a minister never neglected his voters. So what do they think of him today?
I agree with him. I'm anti-war myself. I do agree with him.
You can't just walk away from it and let someone else do it. Someone needs to do it and take a stand.
This was John Denham talking to us last year when he was celebrating 10 years as an MP.
Finally, when we all get together again in 10 years' time, you'll be in the cabinet then, will you, John Denham, presumably?
I don't suppose so. 10 years is a long time in politics, and 5 years as a minister is just about the average, I think, life expectancy or career expectancy. Just see what turns up and get on with the job.
Concern is growing from a woman from Brighton who's been missing from her home since last Friday. Friends of Jane Longhurst, who's 30, say her absence is out of character and have no explanation for her disappearance. Police are hunting a man who snatched a 2-year-old boy from his mother in a Sussex playground. The toddler was eventually set free after the woman chased the man in a park at Saltdean near Brighton. People using cash points in West Sussex are being warned of a scam where people are duped into thinking their cards are swallowed by the machine. Detectives say thieves in the Chichester and Bognor Regis areas memorise the PIN number, then reclaim the trapped card by using a loop device. The family of a teenager from Brighton killed on her honeymoon in Jamaica have spoken of their anguish at not being able to find out why she died. An inquest has heard how Tamlin Bundy Davis and her Jamaican husband Jermaine were tied up and shot.
Tamlin's brothers say life has been terrible since their sister's death. A verdict of unlawful killing was recorded at an inquest today, but the family say they can't move on because they've had no real answers.
It is very frustrating for us, obviously, because we don't know how far the investigation's gone along, if we're going to get any answers from Jamaica or if the murder will even be solved. At the end of the day, we want the killer brought to justice, but it doesn't look as though it's going to happen.
Newly married Tamlin lived here in the Whitehawk area of Brighton. She was on an extended honeymoon in Jamaica with husband Jermaine, who was born there. They were last seen in a taxi in the Falmouth area, but then they vanished. The inquest heard how Tamlin's body was discovered in a field next to her husband. They'd both been tied up and shot in the head. It's thought they were killed in another location and their bodies later dumped. Tamlin's family say they will not give up trying to find out what happened and will travel to Jamaica if they don't get answers soon. Melanie James in Brighton for Meridian News.
Well, on to football, and Brighton have had a disappointing night away at promotion-chasing Sheffield United. Brighton's Richard Carpenter scored in the 14th minute to make it 1-1, but it wasn't enough to prevent the Seagulls eventually losing 2-1. Meanwhile, Bournemouth were at home to Leyton Orient. Mistakes by their opponents put them 2-0 up within 15 minutes of kick-off. Defender Billy Jones headed the ball into his own net just 7 minutes into the game. It was swiftly followed by another own goal from defender Matt Joseph. Final score: Bournemouth 3, Leyton Orient 1. That's all from us. Now it's back to the ITV News at 10.